Hi, Portia. Thank you so much for being here and talking about your experience with Align Your Story. Can you tell us just a little bit about why you signed up for the course and what your experience was?
Sure. Hi. I found your course, Nadia, because I'd been working with you. I'm a mother of four children who are now off in college or young adults, and I finally had the time to sort of pursue my creative passions like painting. But I also was going through a really difficult time within my own personal life with a brother who was very ill and since then has passed away, and sort of revisiting childhood conflict and all the the relationships around that. And I just, having journaled my whole life, sort of found myself drawn to this writing experience. And I'd done a little dabbling with you and others in some poetry writing, but when I saw this course and the facets of yoga and meditation with it, I knew that for me, that was really important, because dealing with some of these big issues and emotions wasn't easy.
Yeah. And can you talk a little bit, because we've talked before, just about how being able to tap into your body allowed you to kind of approach your story differently and approach other people's voices and other people's versions of stories differently?
Yeah, I think it's so important, because being somebody who's in their head so much, that's sort of how in the middle of the night, the mind gets going and all that. And that's, the journaling helped for that. But to actually use meditation and yoga to settle the mind and let my mind, let go of the struggle. And then when I went to the paper, I was able to sort of let my authentic voice, like, beyond the mind, the full self, come out. And I think in doing that, there was a much gentler and kinder voice that I found, which really was my real self. And that allowed me to write about these difficult things that I was working through in a way that was much more compassionate. And I think it taught me too that we all have our stories. And in the class, through the Facebook group, which was private, so it was safe and it felt okay to talk about the subject specifically in my writing that I was afraid I would hurt if they heard what I was saying. Having that safe space and hearing other people's stories as well allowed me to see that, wow, for a while, it didn't feel like my story was important enough to even put on paper. It was just my own, slight injuries. But when you connect with other people in that way, you see, they are big, and other people can identify and support one another, and it's just sort of part of the whole healing process to come to your true, authentic self. And that's what I think. The alignment in Align Your Story allows you to do. And then I just think that your writing then is just more authentic.
Yeah, thank you. And I think that's right. I am so inspired by all the women in the course too, because I think that often we can learn things about ourselves by seeing others, right? And
Absolutely.
it's so clear that other people's stories matter, then we can see more clearly how our story matters too. And we
Right.
can all really support one another. Yeah.
Yeah, the compassion when someone reads and you say, oh, that's amazing, you're so brave, or that's beautiful. But we rarely say that to ourselves. And so in hearing yourself saying that and believing that, and then hearing it back, I think allows you to say, yeah, no, my voice matters. My voice is important for me. Never mind the additional benefit that maybe it's helping other people. That's even better. But for me to figure out my voice and get it on paper, and kind of removes a lot of those thoughts that have, been gathering through the last 50 years. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It's really such a pleasure working with you and seeing your writing evolve and seeing you just show up on the page and as a writer and then sometimes how you bring your paintings in and bring those two together. So it's such a honor and privilege to work with you. Thank you, Portia.
Oh, well, thank you, Nadia. This class just really opened up something for me that like I said, the gentleness and the security within the course allowed me to just write at a different level and a different feeling. And so, and I now have these incredible tools really for a lifetime. I mean, it sounds crazy, but the prompts and the writing samples that you give us, the inspiration, and I know that I will just keep going back to it and going back to it and going back to it because it's so rich. And I'm assuming I'm just going to keep writing my whole life because it's so joyful now for me. So thank you for this course and how much love and caring is in this course for each of us. And I have to say, even just saying, go at your own pace. If this part is hard for you, if it's hard to revisit your childhood, or if it's difficult to think about even joyful times, because it doesn't feel like there were any at that point in your life. All of those sort of holding us through that was really, really beautiful and important. So thank you for this course, and I'll see you on the page.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.